Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. The NNPC has taken transparency a notch higher to become an EITI supporting company. The corporation is on the path of global excellence driven by transparency, accountability, and performance excellence, TAPE, plus an edifice of global dimension that compares with any mega infrastructure anywhere in the world to deliver value, attract investment, eradicate poverty, and create jobs, etc. They are the immediate and enduring deliverables about the magnificent 17-story Nigerian content tower commissioning. Some of these descriptions came from President Muhammadu Buhari's remarks for the commissioning. Alongside was the unveiling of the NCDMB gas hub by the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Resources. There's great ingenuity in how that project came to be, which should interest you. It's not just about conferment, it's about practical, demonstrable commitment, even as GMD Military takes a tour to the source, as it were, visiting oil and gas drilling facilities and locations. Let's do the details after the break. Welcome to the program. I'm Akin Bijile. This is Oil and Gas Forum.
That this company is the company of tomorrow, and we know that within the next 2 to 3 years it will be the #1 producing company in this country.
Let's take responsibility to stop the spread of the virus. Wash your hands frequently with soap under running water for about 20 seconds.
Or use a hand sanitizer where water and soap are not available.
Cough or sneeze into a tissue and dispose properly. Or cough or sneeze into your elbow.
Avoid large gatherings. Keep physical contact to no less than 2 meters and wear a mask whenever you are in a public space.
Clean all surfaces frequently with disinfectant.
And if you develop symptoms like frequent cough, sneezing, fever, or shortage of breath, call your state emergency number or NCDC's toll-free number on 0800 97 00 0010. Take responsibility. Do it for yourself and the rest of us.
This message is brought to you by the NCDC and funded by the NNPC IPPG team, an association of indigenous oil and gas producing companies.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has become an Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative EITI partner company, joining a group of over 65 extractive companies, state-owned enterprises (SOEs), commodity traders, financial institutions, and industry partners who commit to observing the EITI's supporting company expectations. The new status will require that NNPC publicly declares support for the EITI principles by promoting transparency throughout the extractive industries, help public debate, and provide opportunities for sustainable development. Publicly discloses taxes and payments. Ensures comprehensive disclosure of taxes and payments made to all EITI implementing countries. Publicly discloses beneficial owners and takes steps to identify the beneficial owners of direct business partners, including joint ventures and contractors. Engages in rigorous procurement processes, including due diligence in respect to partners and vendors. Delivers natural resources in a manner that benefits societies and communities. Ensures that company processes are appropriate to deliver the data required for high standards of accountability. EITI Board Chair, Right Honorable Helen Clark, welcomed the company's commitment to the EITI. Quote, NNPC plays a vital role in Nigeria's economy. Joining the EITI as a supporting company is a welcome step in the NNPC's journey towards achieving greater transparency and to help ensure that Nigeria's citizens benefit from their natural resource wealth. End of quote. Zainab Ahmed, Nigeria's Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning and former EITI board member also stressed the importance of ensuring that natural resource wealth contributes to sustainable development, saying that, quote, increased transparency of Nigeria's national oil company revenues is contributing to improvements in our country's domestic resource mobilization efforts, end of quote. Mele Kyari, Group Managing Director at NNPC, affirmed his company's commitment to the EITI. Quote, becoming an EITI supporting company aligns with NNPC's corporate vision and principles of transparency, accountability, and performance excellence. Our partnership with NATI and EITI strengthens our commitment towards commodity trading transparency, contract transparency, and systematic disclosure of revenues and payments. We are on a journey towards greater transparency and look forward to deepening our collaboration with the EITI to further this work. End of quote. NATI Executive Secretary Waziri Adio commended NNPC's move to support the EITI. Quote, NNPC joining the EITI as a supporting company is a major inflection point in the quest for transparency for the company, for Nigeria's oil and gas sector, and for the country as a whole. This is so given how critical NNPC is to the sector and to the country. NATI welcomes this bold commitment. We will continue to work with NNPC to translate its espoused commitments to transparency and accountability into concrete and sustained actions and results. End of quote. Becoming an EITI supporting company can help state-owned companies make progress on the journey to transparency.
President Muhammadu Buhari recently commissioned the new headquarters building of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, with a pledge to spend more on infrastructure across the country and focus on finishing projects delivered by local contractors and technology that create jobs for thousands of Nigerians. The president commissioned the iconic 17-story building known as the Nigerian Content Tower through the Zoom meeting platform and was joined on the platform by former President Goodluck Jonathan, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, Deputy Senate President Ovie Omoagege, 3 ministers, federal legislators, managing directors of international oil and gas companies, and heads of government agencies.
With commissioning of this project, I want to highlight that we have put in place a landmark of reference in the Niger Delta to reflect long-lasting legacies that signpost the years of oil and gas exploitation, and I assure you that there is more to come.
In his address, the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Silva, described the building as evidence that Mr. President was committed to infrastructural development in every part of the country.
The commissioning of this building is symbolic in many ways. It shows that Mr. President is keen to see infrastructural development in every part of the country. It shows that skyscrapers and other laudable infrastructures can be built also in the Niger Delta.
In his goodwill message, Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Malam Mele Kyari, said the NNPC was very proud to be associated with the Nigerian Content Tower project, saying that the corporation would continue to support the management of the NCDMB in delivering the value that is required in the country.
This industry does not discriminate, Mr. President. Where skills are there, where capacities are there, it can be exported anywhere. And what we see coming with all the activities of the Nigerian content in collaboration with us and our partners, that we are seeing a hub of activities in the West African sub-region where these skills and capacities are transported. Mr. President, we are very proud to be associated with this project. We'll continue to support the Nigerian Content Management Board in delivering the value that is obviously required in this country.
In his remarks, the Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Wabote, confirmed that the project was fully executed using the dexterity of a Nigerian architect, Pofan Walter Odushote, and other Nigerian consultants to design and supervise the project execution.
All this have been done using the dexterity of a local Nigerian architect, Pofman Walter Odushote, and other Nigerian consultants to design and supervise the project execution.
The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timi Pre-Silva, has unveiled the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board Gas Hub and performed the groundbreaking ceremony of Rungas LPG composite cylinder manufacturing plant located inside the gas hub at Polaco Community, Bayelsa State. The gas hub is sited at the 10.6 hectares of land which the board had purchased in Polaco Community in 2013 for the purpose of establishing a pipe mill. Speaking at the event, the minister stated that the project was in furtherance of the efforts of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration to diversify the Nigerian economy by developing the nation's huge gas resources across the entire value chain.
Starting with the unveiling of this land as the NCDMB gas hub, I must commend the intuition of NCDMB to re-strategize, to utilize this 10 hectare of land for gas-related projects.
In his remarks, the Executive Secretary NCDMB, Engineer Simbi Kesiye Wabote, explained that the board developed a 10-year strategic roadmap in 2017 and commenced its implementation in January 2018 with an ambitious goal of achieving 70% Nigerian content level by the year 2027.
NCDMB developed a 10-year strategic roadmap in 2017 and commenced its implementation in January 2018. The 10-year roadmap was an ambitious goal of achieving 70% Nigerian content level by the year 2027.
The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timi Pre-Silva, has given a resounding thumb up to all the chief executive officers of agencies under the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. The minister gave the commendation during the maiden quarterly meeting with the heads of the agencies under the ministry, where performances are reviewed in relation to the mandate of the ministry. In his opening remarks, Chief Silva confirmed that the ministry had met most of the key items of the 8 priority areas of the ministry's mandate.
As a ministry, I believe very much that we have done well and we have given a good account of ourselves during the past year. So this is an opportunity for us to assess ourselves and to give ourselves kudos for the things we have done right, and also look again at the things we have not done exactly correctly.
In his presentation, the NNPC GMD Malam Milikiari, along with other agency heads, identified the signing of final investment decision of Train 7, the takeoff of the AKK pipeline, reducing the cost of production by the 5% target, ongoing digitization of the entire operations of the ministry, launching of the Gas Transportation Network Code, and the soon-to-be rolled-out National Gas Expansion Program, NGEP, as among the major achievements accomplished in just 1 year.
The EITI International announced the acceptance of NNPC as a partner company, a national oil company in the global scene.
The Nigeria Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, an exploration and production subsidiary of the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, is looking at boosting its gas supply to the domestic market by 600 million standard cubic feet per day in the next 3 to 5 years. The managing director of NPDC, Engineer Mansour Sambo, disclosed this during a facility tour of the company's Oredo gas handling plant by the Group Managing Director of NNPC, Malam Mele Kyari, in Benin City, Edo State.
As of today, we're supplying about 1.5 billion scoff of gas daily, substantially out of which almost 40% of it is going to the domestic market. NPDC today is the largest gas supplier to the domestic market.
Giving a breakdown of the projection, Sambo said the company's OML 34 was expected to deliver 360 million standard cubic feet per day, while OML's 42 and 111 will deliver 120 million standard cubic feet per day apiece. Speaking at the occasion, Malam Kyari described the development as a significant step towards growing the nation's crude oil reserves and increasing production, stressing that more of such was needed to meet the target of 3 million barrels per day production and sustain the nation's economic growth.
Today, we are producing 260,000 barrels per day. This is a very, very magnificent growth level in any upstream company. And our target is to take this company to a 500,000 barrels per day production. This is possible within 2 years. We have lineup of projects and activities. Today we have the highest number of rigs running in this country, 5 rigs running at the same time, adding incremental value, delivering major projects which will ultimately end up, taking us that production level of 500,000 barrels. So for NPDC, this is a company owned 100% by Nigerians. Me and you, it's a company owned 100% by Nigerians. We are delivering this company to become the #1 upstream company in this country.
Hello and welcome to the feedback segment of the program. My name is Julia Auta. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation NNPC's weekly flagship TV program, Oil and Gas Forum, is designed mainly to inform, educate and enlighten viewers about the ever-bustling activities in the Nigeria and global oil and gas industry. On today's edition, our roving lens is asking the public of their favorite segments on the program and why they prefer the segment selected.
For me, I like the program, and I don't have a preference for any specific one. But I think the program should be sustained because it is highly educative.
You know why I like that feedback segment? Because we that are not in NNPC, we have been privileged to know a lot of things about NNPC, how they work, so many things. So, in fact, it's through the feedback segment I met you sometimes. I was granted an interview, which I saw it live. Since then, I become interested in watching the program.
All aspects of the program interest me, and because this program will keep you updated and informed about the Oil and Gas Forum. So whatever information you need to know, because when you base on rumors, you cannot specialize on truth. But when you follow up such programs, you can keep yourself updated and informed, rather.
The global crude oil, because it makes us understand how the crude oil it's being used, or let me say it gives us information every day about the crude oil globally. So let me say, I think I'm interested in the program. I love the program. I love everything about that program, and it's really, like I said, educative.
I like the Do You Know segment because you get to know a lot of things that you don't even know that exist about the whole NNPC and the crude oil too. Like we know how many barrels, like the whole thing about it. I think it's more informative. I get to enjoy it anytime I'm opportune to watch the show. So I like it.
The first time I tried watching the program, the presenter alone, the way he presents, and as a piqued my interest, so I started watching the program, and I know much about NNPC, so I don't need to look for magazine or look for anything that has to do with NNPC. But watching the program alone has given me the insight and everything about NNPC.
The program has helped in giving the people an informed point of view about the NNPC and the entire petroleum industry. And that's all we can accommodate on this segment. Please don't go away as the rest of the program continues.
Hello Hello, and thank you for joining us on this informative segment of the program. My name is Tola Bugwadi. Did you know that downstream sector is focused on transporting and selling of refined products made from crude oil? The key businesses of the downstream sector include product supply, marketing, trading, wholesale and retail of petroleum products. Some products provided by the downstream industries to end users and customers around the globe include gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, lubricants, synthetic rubber, plastics, fertilizers, and pesticides. Did you also know that in the downstream sector, global perspective is important because of the global nature of the energy supply chain, as well as the impacts of supply and demand on both feedstock and product prices? Now you know. Please stay tuned for the rest of the program.
Hello and welcome to Global Crude Oil Outlook. Oil prices fell on demand concerns driven by cautious views from the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries OPEC Plus producers and the United States Federal Reserve regarding economic recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. Brent crude was down 44 cents or 1% at $44.93 per barrel, while United States West Texas Intermediate WTI fell 44 cents or 1% at $42.49 per barrel. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies, the OPEC Plus, said that the pace of oil market recovery appeared to be slower than anticipated, with growing risks of a prolonged second wave of the pandemic. The group pressed oil nations pumping above output targets to cut more in August-September due to concerns about the strength of recovery in demand. The Market Intelligence Department daily reports of NNPC's London office indicate that Saudi Arabia's Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman told OPEC Plus members that their historic production cuts had helped stabilize the global oil market, but urged them to stick with the 3 C's recipe of cuts, compliance, and compensation. As previously agreed, OPEC Plus scaled back its combined production cuts to 7.7 million barrels per day in August from 9.6 million barrels per day in July, amid concerns in some quarters that demand may not be strong enough to absorb the additional oil. The OPEC Plus meeting agreed that achieving 100% compliance with the agreed cuts by all members and compensating for shortfalls in May, June, and July is not only fair but vital for the ongoing rebalancing efforts and to help deliver long-term oil market stability. And that's it on this segment of the program. I am Owigo Okolo.
That's the way it's been. The Size of Oil and Gas Forum for this edition. Thanks for joining us. Taking away on the most, I'd like to say, enlistment of the NNPC on the EITI supportive platform. Transparency cannot be exhaustible. Remember, we're still in the new season of the new normal. Take responsibility and let's do it again. Same time, same station. Have a jolly good week ahead.